This thing's gonna fall on me. That stuff falling down, that's not good. Let's take some of this stuff down. Try to get this down. So if I'd say cost of goods on this, he's upside down. Oops. Like I said, today's the day of dropping stuff. All right, let's go see what we dropped. Oops. Look at that glass down there too. Lucky that didn't break. We'll set you over there. Oops. Man, I'm going to be breaking stuff today. Butterfingers today. Today we've got 11 orders going out for a little over $489. So let's get started. First thing we have going out, this is an American Girl doll gym set. Picked this up at a local thrift store. Didn't know what the value was when I picked it up, but I do know American Girl stuff sells pretty well, so I went and picked it up. I paid, says $2, but I know it was in two different pieces, and they had $2 on some stuff and $1 on one of the other ones. So total cost of goods is $3. And this is going to be, I went and pulled it last night because I needed to make sure I had a box to fit it all, because the balance beam here is 24 inches long. So I had to try to find just the right size box so it doesn't go well over, I think that's like 22 inches. This, the American Girl, sold for $62.26, and the buyer is paying $34.60 in shipping. Okay, next thing going out, we have another free magazine going out. That's going to be right up here. It's The Story of Witches. Again, if you're new to the channel, I get magazines at my local thrift store for free. This sold for $7.61, and the buyer is paying $4.63 in shipping. Okay, next thing, still in this aisle. This is Nike Women's Air Overplay black basketball shoe sneakers. They are size 10. So it's in Q3. That's going to be right down here. No, it's not those. What are these? Nope, it's not these ones. Let's take it off completely. Let's get a good look at this. No, it's not those. Oh, is it? I think it's these ones right here. Let's see here. Yes. So it's these ones right here. Still in good condition. Picked these up at the local thrift store for $4. These sold for $34.67, and the buyer did pay $12.10 in shipping. Next thing going out, this is a book set. It's Financial Peace Junior Teaching Kids Life Lessons book set of 5 Dave Ramsey, and that is in L3. So that's going to be, oh, right here. I can see them right on top. So it's these ones right here. What did we pay for these? Paid $3 for all 5 of them. These sold for $11.53, and the buyer did pay $6.88 in shipping. Okay, this next item's on shelf 1. I sold this before, but the buyer returned it. So this is a Nordic Ware Bunt Pans Fluted Muffin Cake Pan.
Okay, I'll tell you. Do you know the Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man?
The Muffin Man.
Mold, 6 cups each, and it did have had USA 7 on the bottom. So that says shelf 1. Oh, I bet you it's this guy right here already boxed up. I'm pretty sure it is. I'll have to double check. Paid $1 at my local thrift store. This sold for $16.87, and the buyer did pay $14.55 in shipping. So next item, just picked it up maybe a week, no more than 2 weeks ago. I picked it up at the local thrift store. This is a vintage Mr. Christmas, the lights and sound of Christmas music box, and it was model 121. That's in T3, so that's going to be back over here. Yep, there it is right here. So it's this guy right here. Paid $3 at the local thrift store for this. This sold for $17.36, and the buyer is paying $8.85 in shipping. Next thing going out, it's going to be on shelf 10. This is Circleware Pilsner beer glasses, 23 ounces.
There goes that call again, that friendly, cheerful call again, for the finest beer of all again, Carling's Black Label Beer.
Long Beach series. It's a set of 4, and it was new in the box. Picked this up at local thrift store. I paid... What did I pay for it? $4 for it. It says it's on 10. Maybe it's over on this side. Yep, here they are right here. Oh, let's take this guy down. Definitely don't want to drop this. So it's this right here. Again, into it for $4. These sold for $19.10, and the buyer did pay $18.45 in shipping. Next thing going out, probably something I listed maybe 2 weeks ago. This is vintage Lego duplex figures, lot of 18, and I put clean figures, and I put cowboy, police, construction, and more. This is in K3, so we're coming back over here. Should be in this guy right here. Oh, there they are, right down there. Underneath Barry. Picked all of these up at the local thrift store. I'm into them for $3. These sold for $26.06, and the buyer did pay $19.10 in shipping. Now this next item going out, I can get books at my local thrift store really cheap. If they're paperback, I pay 10 cents. If they're hardcovers, I pay 25 cents. So this, I found a bunch of William W. Johnstone. I lotted 51. I put assorted Western novels, paperback books, and I know I already packed this up because in the custom SKU, I put row 1 with the number on it, number 1124. So 51, that's going to be, I'm into it for $5.10. So that's going to be one of these boxes. You see right here, I got them just stacking up because I've been running out of room up here, but we're starting to make some headway. All right, let me set the camera down. I got to get it out. Okay, that number was 1124 because I got 2 book lots here. 1124. So this is it right here. Oh, this thing's going to fall on me. I'm not even going to pick it up. It's pretty heavy. All of these books right here, which is 51 in this box, sold for $106.10, and the buyer did pay $21.13 in shipping. And yes, this will definitely go out media mail, but it's pretty heavy. It's probably why it's $20 for the shipping. Next thing going out, this is a Disney Pixar Cars Mattel Shake and Go Brown Mater tow truck talking. Does date back to 2005. And I believe on this one, I did do a video on it. So if I did, I'll probably pop it up here somewhere. This is going to be in bin B. That's behind us. There it is right there. Picked this up at the local thrift store. I'm into it for $1. This sold, this sold for $11.27, and the buyer did pay $8.85 in shipping. Last thing we have going out, this is another free magazine. This is Pink Floyd, The Dark Side of the Moon, 59-year anniversary celebration. And I'm pretty sure that's going to be in the tote. So let me turn the camera off, find it, and I'll come right back. Okay, so I went through both stacks in the bin. It wasn't in there. And then looked right up here, and it was right up there. So it's this one right here. This sold for $6.92, and the buyer did pay $4.63 in shipping. Back in the eBay store, today we've got 17 orders going out for $709. So let's get started. First thing we have going out, these first 3 items, I've already packed those. I needed to print the shipping label last night, so I got those all packed up. First one is a Marvel Shatterproof Christmas ornament. Was by Hallmark, and it is Spider-Man. On the ornament, I got it on RA, paid $1.48 for it. This was in bin X, but I've already pulled and packed the item. The Spider-Man ornament sold for $33.88, and it is going free shipping. The next 2 items, buyer came in one day, bought one item, then bought another item with the same pattern. So I packed those 2 together. Only one had to go out. Only one had to have a shipping label printed last night, but I packed the 2 together to save on shipping costs. That's the advantages of a buyer coming in and buying multiple items. First one is Faltergraph. It's the Almifi Classic 2 serving bowls. These were 9 1/4 inches. The second one, same Pfeiffergraph Almafi Classic. This was a large serving platter. On the 2 dish pieces, I paid $25 for the entire set. We've already sold some of that off, so we're into the profit already. The Pfeiffergraph serving bowls sold for $19.32, and the buyer did pay $18.45 in shipping. The Pfeiffergraph serving platter sold for $17.36, and the buyer did pay $17.25 in shipping. Next thing, this has been in my store for a while. This is probably one of the first videos I did where I said live auction. Up the street from me, they had an estate auction, and so I went to that. It was an estate auction, not an estate sale.
$5, 7.5, but it down to the down, 7.5, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 12.5, but it down 15, 15, 17, 20, but it down 2.5, but it down to the down 22.50, 22.5, but it down to the down 22.5, but it down to the down. It just sold at $20.
Pressure tester and an antenna rotator. That's
Compression tester and an antenna device right there. 2.5, but it down to the 2.5, 7.5, but it down to the down 5 to the baby, down 7.5, but it down to the down 5 to the baby, down 7.5, but it down to the down 5 to the baby, down 7.50.
So this is, and I allotted them all together. I just wanted to move them all out. A lot of 9 Sylvania 32-watt circular lamps. And this is not in inventory, but I do know where they're at. They're going to be, I believe they're right up here. Should be right back there. Let's see here. That stuff falling down, that's not good. Let's take some of this stuff down. I'm gonna have to rework this up here. Okay, try to get this down. Uh-oh, we're just dropping everything. So we cannot drop this. All right, one last thing. We'll just set that there. So it should be all of these. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I'll just grab one of these for right now. So I bought a bunch of light bulbs at this auction, and for the entire lot, I only paid $2. All 9 of these sold for $56.06, and the buyer did pay $42.90 in shipping. Next item going out, this is a party light mixed lot of 21 Votive scented candles. Bought all of them for $2 at the local thrift store. This is going to be in K3. So, should be right in here. Yep, here they are right here. So it's all of these, again, into all of these for $2 at the local thrift store. These sold for $26.06.
Not bad.
These sold for $22.06, and the buyer did pay $12.95 in shipping. Have a video game going out. This is the Elder Scrolls 5 Skyrim Legendary Edition. This is for the Xbox. This is for the Xbox 360. This is in bin L, so right over here. Okay, so it'd be this one right here. Picked this up at a local thrift store. I'm into it for 50 cents. This sold for $12.71, and the buyer did pay $6.50 in shipping. Next item, we have some more dishes going out. This buyer came in and bought 2 different lots. This is the Holiday Holly French Countryside Salad Dessert Plates, and also, same pattern, the 7-inch cereal bowls. This is on shelf 11. So, it should be right down here. Okay, let's see. I'm not seeing them. Oh, that should be them right back there, I believe. And let's take this guy off. We'll set you over there. Oops. Man, I'm going to be breaking stuff today. Butterfingers today. Okay, so it's these 4 cereal bowls here. And these 4 salad plates. The entire dish set, which I believe it had 4 settings, so I So I just split them into different lots. Bought the whole entire set for $5 at the local thrift store. These two sets sold for $27.99.
Not bad.
$27.97. And the buyer did pay $31 even in shipping. Let me show you the patterns on these. And on the back, there's nothing fancy about these. It just says Made in China stoneware. And here is the salad dessert plate. This next item going out, thrift store item. This is the Hot Wheels motorized booster launcher system.
They're the fastest metal cars you've ever seen. Mattel's new Hot Wheels. Collect them by themselves or get them in wild new action sets, like the drag race action set.
Dates to 2019. It is Mattel, and the number on it was GJM76. This is in bin T. So we're coming back over here. Yep, it's going to be down here. Yep. This guy right here. Picked up a box of Hot Wheels stuff. There was for different tracks, things like that. I decided to go ahead and, like Kevin says, when in doubt, part it out. So I parted it out. I also gave some to some of my grandkids to play with. The whole entire box I paid $5 for. This sold for $16.96, and the buyer did pay $12.95 in shipping. Next thing, we have a book lot. This is a lot of 3 Five Nights at Freddy's graphic novels. This was the FNAF Silver Twisted Fourth. That is on shelf 13, so that should be right over here. Is probably around the back side. And yep, they're right up there. Should be these 3 right up here. So it's these 3 books right here. Pick these up at local thrift store. I'm into them for 50 cents each. So cost of goods is $1.50. These 3 books sold for $13.13. And the buyer did pay $6.13 in shipping. These will go out media mail, but they are kind of heavy. Next item going out. This is something I picked up, I believe, last year at the local thrift store. They had a bunch of these brand new in the box. This is 2 luminary flameless window candles, colonial brass tone with flicker. I know exactly where those are. So yeah, we're clearing some space out from above, which is definitely needed. So it should be those up there. So I believe it, yeah, it's these ones right here. So they're already boxed up. When we go into the eBay office, a picture of these will pop up on the screen. So this buyer came in and just bought 1 of these. I'm into each box for $3. This sold for $33.11, and the buyer did pay $12.95 in shipping. Now, isn't it weird when you have one item sell, then all of a sudden you just start getting another one and another one and another one when you have multi-quantity? This next sale, this buyer came in and bought the same exact lamp, but they purchased 3 of them. So it's the last 3. So I'll just take one down. As you can see, I still have the thrift store tag on it, $3. Again, buyer came in and bought 3 of these. So total cost of goods on this order is $9. 3 of these sold for $99.33, and the buyer did pay $18.45 in shipping. Next item I've had for a while. I think you've kind of seen it when I'm pulling orders. This is a vintage K-Tel Looney Tunes 24 Greatest Hits. It is an 8-track tape, and in the title, and probably copied this from another listing, The Witch Doctor. So, picked up a whole bunch of 8-tracks for very, very cheap on high bid. This is not the large high bid. This was one previous to that. So this thing's been listed a while. And I believe on those lots for the 8-tracks, I believe I was into them for $2, maybe $3. I can't quite remember. It's so old. But it's this guy right here. So if I'd say cost of goods on this, he's upside down. The cost of goods on this guy's probably 25 cents, if that much. This sold for $11.01, and the buyer did pay $4.63 in shipping. Okay, moving on to the next one. This is a Lego duplex. I put discontinued set. It was set number 10808, and this was the little plane pilot airplane, rare new sealed. This is in bin X. Picked this up at the thrift store as well, and X is right here. So let's go over to the other side. It's this guy right here. So picked this up at a local thrift store. I'm into it for $1. This sold for $27.16, and the buyer did pay $7.40 in shipping. Just a few more items to pull. This next one is a Denali camera bag. Was black, and believe it or not, that's all I put in the title. Probably could have put a few more keywords in there, but it sold. This is in bin A, so we're coming back over here. This is down here now. Put the phone up there. I believe it's this guy right here. Yep. Into this for 50 cents at one of the local thrift stores here in town. This sold for $8.46, and the buyer did pay $7.25 in shipping. Next item sold pretty fast. They were a pair of Under Armour men's full-fingered lineman combat gloves. They were size XL. Now, they were used, and they did have some stains, but I took close-up photos so the buyer can actually see the staining on them. So this is in bin L3. So we're coming down here. I'm into these for, what am I into them for? $2. So L3, they're going to be right up here. And look at that, right there. Oops. Like I said, today's the day of dropping stuff. So it's these guys right here, and you can see on the finger, it's got some stains. I'm not sure if you're picking that up or not. So into these for $2. These sold for $17.76, and the buyer did pay $6.50 in shipping. Now this next item, this is a really good item. I'm not into it for anything. A really good friend of mine knows that I resell. She happened to pick this up from somewhere and gave it to me and see if I can make some money on it. That's why you should always tell people what you do, even though I do this part-time. Let people know, and I get deals, or people give me stuff to sell. This is a vintage Aristo. It's the Arco 9-W stopwatch plus box, and it's 1/10. Second water and shock resistance. This is in T2. So again, I'm into this for nothing, and T2's right here. Look at that, it's right there. You're not gonna believe what this thing sold for. So it's this guy right here, and the order came in last night when my son was over visiting. This sold for $80.06, and the buyer is paying $7.10 in shipping. One last item going out. This is a small plush. This is Lightning McQueen, Disney Pixar Just Play stuffed Race R. This is Rust Ease. So this is in bin L. So we're coming back over here again. It's probably buried on the bottom. Oh, look at that, way down here. Let's fix that. So I've had this for a while. I probably doesn't say in the custom SKU, which is normally where I put it, what I paid for the item and where I picked it up. But I'm pretty sure I picked this up at a local thrift store, probably into it for no more than 25 cents. This sold for $9.48, and it is going free shipping. This is light enough, will go out under a 4-ounce rate. All right, let's go see what we dropped. Oops. Look at that glass down there too. Lucky that didn't break. Okay. And the buyer did pay three of these sold. Let's try that again.
There goes that call again, that friendly, cheerful call again, for the finest beer of all again, Carling's Black Label Beer.